Yeah, no, I think it's like with the goals that are set, it's like they're kind of scary. And so that makes, but I think like working towards something really scary, even if you don't get it, I think just makes you a way better human because you're just working towards this really good goal and it makes you, I don't know. I think even when I do that, when I have good goals, I'm like, I feel like I do better in other parts of my life.
This podcast is about exploring the why and understanding why we do these things and how that why evolves over time. So the why of you getting into running, it was a family affair. The whole family was doing it and you seem to love it right from the jump. Probably realized you were pretty good at it initially,
Yeah,
which
that
definitely
helps.
makes it definitely helps. What is it about running that keeps you going?
Yeah, great question. I feel like it changes, as you said, kind of throughout time too. I feel like there's, you want to see what you can get from your body, which is really cool. I want to see how fast Makena can go, not necessarily compared to what everybody else is going, but like how fast I can run in those distances. What I also love about it, like, I feel like a big one of my whys is just like, I've said this before, like the community that it brings. And it's like, I've been even noticing in Bozeman, like it wasn't a very big road community when I first moved here. And there's a lot of people that run trails, which is cool. But I feel like there wasn't a ton of people that did both. And that's like growing a lot. And I think part of that is because like a lot of us are very welcoming people that want people to run with. And so I think that's been a big, just like having other people like come in and join me and just like creating friendships is huge for me. So I feel like there's that side of running that's less about the competing and more about like just life in general and making friends and like being around people that are super supportive and who do the same thing as you is very cool. And then also, yeah, just like kind of pushing yourself and learning new limits of like different race distances and or going backwards and being like kind of rhyme and being like, okay, let's go back to some shorter road races because we've been injured for a little bit. Let's see what we're at. So I think just like learning and seeing what you can do is a big why for me.
And how does coaching play into that as well?
Yes, like my coaching that I do on my,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I coach for Run Doyen and it is, I actually really enjoy it. It's funny. I coach a lot of people that are trying to go like get BQs, and most of the time they're marathon runners. I've coached a couple of people who are like doing shorter stuff, half marathons, not short, but shorter than the marathon. And yeah, but I feel like
It's all relative.
it's all relative. And so I feel like, yeah, I honestly learned so much from my athletes. It's been really fun because I feel like there's some athletes that I communicate with more than other ones, but it's like so fun because I have this one athlete that I do a phone call with once a week. And recently he's been telling me he just like loves the feel of, when he builds up all the lactic acid, all the, that type of feeling. And I was like, wait, do I feel that when I run? And then I was like running and I was like, oh, I do feel that when because I never like thought about it. Like, oh, I like that feeling. It was more just like, oh, I'm doing a workout. Oh, legs are getting tired. And so it was like really fun to be able to like, oh my gosh, like think of it differently because he brought it up. And just like the way that they go about their races, it's like very inspiring to me to be like these people are like, will be like, okay, I'm going to try to PR by 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, awesome. Yep. We're going to get you there. And it's just like cool that they're like so gung ho about it. And it makes me, I learn a lot from them. I get all excited for my own stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, they're showing you can do it. So how about I try to do it? So
I love the reflection there of like, oh, maybe I really do love suffering too. Like
yeah.
as you were saying that, I was thinking about a workout I did in Boston when I was there for the marathon. I did 20-minute hard downhill session from the top of Heartbreak Hill back into town and then 4x1 on, 1 off.
That sounds hard.
It was like through that, in that fourth rep, like the legs turned to total lead and it was like a lactate bath. And I was like, I fucking love this.
You're like, this is amazing. I know. But you don't even think about it. Normally you wouldn't be like, oh, what is it? I don't know. Then when you like someone like brings you to that realization that like you also like that, you're like, oh, wow. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I feel like we're freaks. We like that.
We are freaks, but it's also quite enjoyable to find that flow and find the like when the 10-mile run ticks by like so quickly and you just like snap your finger or you blink and all of a sudden you've finished 10 miles. Tell me more about what you're seeing with your athletes and how running helps them level up in other areas of life. I think a lot of amateur athletes are afraid to start working with a running coach because they don't think that they're good enough to do it. They don't think they're fast enough or they don't take it seriously enough. And I think that there's so much to gain from working with a coach who can help you unblock things and help you understand The sport of running is silly if you think about it. Most of us are
Yeah.
not getting paid to do it. You are, but most of us aren't, and we
Hmm.
choose this optional discomfort. And there has to be a reason why. Every time you go out for a run, it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
For the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Even easy days, they're hard.
Totally. And it's finding the motivation or like the
Mm-hmm.
physical act of doing it is
Yep.
pushing your body, even on easy days. What have you seen about how people take what they've been able to do on the roads and trails and then, become a superhuman in other areas of their lives?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. A lot of my athletes, I'm honestly so impressed with them because I swear to God, they have probably more dedication than I have to this. They will get up at like 5 a.m. because they've got their job. So it's like they go to their full time job. They get up at like 4 or 5 a.m. They get their run in. And then it seems like they're able to like focus really well and like go to their job and like get their work done. But then they're like really excited for their next run. It's been really fun for me to see like how, because like for me sometimes I'm like, oh, I have a workout tomorrow, normal, but I'm like, oh, okay, but like they're like genuinely excited to go do their workout, and then they have to like plan it way more than I do. They have to be like, okay, what time do I get up tomorrow? When do I have to go to work? And all this type of stuff. So I feel like it's like really their dedication to it is huge. And I feel like that definitely leads over to like what they're doing with work, what they do at races, how they bring their family into it. And so, yeah, so I feel like definitely the dedication to it, the time spent doing it is like amazing to me because like these people work 8 to 5 and then they run at 5 a.m. and then they lift after work and then maybe they double after work or they swim after work. And so I've just been like,
You got these
just
people on quite a regimen.
yeah, don't worry, I'm not making all of them swim. Just some of them like to swim, and I'm like, okay, we'll swim. But yeah, and I've had a lot of people that love lifting, and so it's really cool seeing like how they like continue to keep their goals of like lifting and that type of stuff in, but then also fit in the running and excel at the running. And it seems like they like sleep really well. They've got like I feel like just a lot of parts of their life are with the running also kind of like move up. So like as they're getting better at the running, their sleep gets better, all kinds of stuff gets better. And their mental outlook is just like so cool. So they're awesome.
That's what I love about like when we use running as the sandbox to test stuff out or just
Hmm.
become better versions of ourselves, right? The fact that we get faster doesn't make us better people,
No.
but the way that we get faster, the process of committing yourself to something, that's what makes us better versus like,
Hmm.
oh, you ran a X marathon versus a X minus 3 minutes
Yeah.
marathon.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's like with the goals that are set, it's like they're kind of scary. And so but I think like working towards something really scary, even if you don't get it, I think just makes you a way better human because you're just working towards this really good goal and it makes you, I don't know. I think even when I do that, when I have good goals, I'm like, I feel like I do better in other parts of my life rather than if I'm just like injured and sitting there and I'm sad. And then I'm just like, oh, this is terrible. My whole life is terrible and I'm not a very nice person. So I feel like other times I'm like, oh, it's way better when I'm like working towards something.
That's where the
And
music
yeah.
comes back in.
Yes, yeah, I get that. When I'm injured is when I listen to the scary rap. Yes, but yeah, no, it's pretty cool to see all their stuff.